I'm gonna have a baby next year. We already have it planned out. I'm gonna have a baby next year, and then after I go through my stuff, then I'll come back and fight some more, and then probably have another one, and then do the same thing again. Like, I don't want to wait till I'm 40, 43, whatever, after my career to have my kids. Right. I want to be able to run at the park with my kids and stuff like that. I don't want to be too old. So I think that keeping my body in shape, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I think that'll also help me too while I'm going through this whole body and life changing stuff. Right.
Wait, just what did Claressa say? Oh honey, you're telling me that? In a recent live broadcast, the self-described GWAT, the undisputed boxing ring queen, announced, "I'm carrying Papoose's baby." If the Remy Ma courtroom narrative seemed nasty, prepare yourself because it has just turned into a full-fledged controversy. Claressa Shields is seen putting on gloves in one scene, followed by a startling revelation that makes Remy Ma collapse. In a hallway, this scene is reminiscent of the Shonda Rhimes season finale. How long has a training camp been a maternity ward for betrayal? Let's face it, how does one handle everything from sparring to disclosing baby news like confetti? Does this revenge? Is all of this real? Or is it just a shrewd power maneuver by the woman who has already captured Remy's interest and perhaps her partner as well? Was Papoose acting as a referee? Or was he playing at home? In the event that Claressa is pregnant, why was Remy Ma seen wheeling out of the courthouse with his head spinning, mascara running, and lips mumbling? No, it is not possible. This goes beyond mere gossip. Lace fronts, pregnancy bumps, and betrayal are all part of this war. After hearing what you're about to hear, family meals will never be the same, so remain with us. The initial footage was a brief 23-second clip that was blurry and fuzzy, a few seconds long. That short footage, however, set the internet on fire. Claressa was not holding a title this time, having just defended her title the last time. She was holding her belly, smiling and grinning. She leaned over the microphone and said 6 words that sent a calm chaos through the internet that only a queen of controlled violence could control. "In my womb is Papoose's baby. It really is that easy. Hold on and climb back up." The Papoose. The same Papoose that was Remy Ma's longtime husband. The same man who backed Remy previously won awards for being the hip-hop industry's most loyal husband during her incarceration. Is that Papoose you mean? Yes, that Papoose. During the press conference, the camera panned as unsteady hands tried to zoom in on Remy Ma seated in the front row. A great deal of pandemonium followed. Ray's face was puzzled, then angry, then enthralled. Then she stood up, staggered a bit, and fell. Not in a literal, emotional, or figurative sense, but dumped. Security entered quickly. As the audience let out a gasp, phones began to record. Oh my god, phones. The moment and the descent are trapped in every TikTok conspiracy video, Instagram reel, and YouTube reply. But what was the cause of this total collapse? This did not happen at random. This was war. Let's travel back in time. After rumors of a breakup broke, Remy Ma was all over social media 6 months ago, flaunting her reunion with Papoose. She was showing off her estate in New Jersey, dinners and gifts. A sense of damage control, huh? The internet, however, didn't buy it, especially after Papoose was spotted alone backstage during one of Claressa's exhibition fights. Remy and his crew were absent, leaving just him and that suspicious-looking guy. Making an effort to stay hidden, Claressa suddenly walking into press conferences with curves that were previously overlooked after several months. She had a sensitive belly that was visible through her sportswear, and her eyes begged for criticism. And buddy, she said it herself. And let's not act like this was an isolated incident. There had been actual and virtual street whispering for weeks. "Protecting my peace and my king," another admirer added. "Some blessings kick," a sad expression, and a boxing glove emoji. Sis, we were aware of the time. Claressa, meanwhile, was living her best secret life while Remy Ma was openly torn. Sources close to Remy's stylist T said that she had been yelling at everyone during fittings, losing her temper, and even threatening to cancel numerous last-minute red carpet appearances. At a reality program reunion taping, she reportedly hurried off set, mumbling, this be asterisk 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 going to regret everything. You don't need a PhD in hip-hop history to connect the dots. She had been skipping rehearsals, dodging interviews, and more. They were betrayed, and a silent struggle was simmering in the shadows. And now the volcano is exploding. An unnamed gym aide who claimed to have overheard Claressa and Papoose's phone conversations while she was in her camp said that was neither an isolated incident nor an error. They've been in love since last year. He would be punctual for her private sessions, and the private sessions involved more than just sparring. I'm not sparring, sir. Please pass a fan and a prayer circle to Remy. But we have exclusive forged receipts and text messages that allegedly show Papoose placing Claressa's name beneath Coach C, along with statements like "You inspire me in ways Remy never could and can't. Stop thinking about last night." The problem is that one of the messages even included a video of a dimly lit room with Claressa whispering, "You're the only one I want to do this with." After that, it was quiet. Well, it gets more complicated. And then moaning. Yes, that crying. According to speculations, Remy Ma did view the full video. In case you were wondering, Papoose sent it straight, without the help of a friend or blog. After she allegedly got into a fight with him, according to insiders, Papoose finally told her when Claressa shared an enigmatic Instagram statement. His child now belonged to someone else, and he admitted to the affair. The child, the years of misery he had experienced, and the reality that he had stayed out of loyalty but that his heart was with someone else. Let's take a break, because this goes beyond a simple scandal. With a hip-hop and romantic touch, it's Shakespeare in the Bronx, the version from Sparta. We'll talk about that collapse now. As soon as Remy touched the floor, every camera in the room snapped to attention. Claressa stood still at first. Then, instead of rushing to help, she turned away, ruthless, cold, and some say triumphant. Smirking, she left the stage. Protected by her team, she held her head high. It was the most gangster baby reveal in hip-hop history, according to one commentator. But that was just the surface. Remy was rushed behind the scenes to a venue wing. That was kept secret. Anarchy. No press. No announcements. She was hyperventilating. Her heart rate was dangerously high, and she kept repeating one sentence, hospital officials said. He swore at me. He was foul-mouthed. Also, on the news conference platform, Claressa's team was rejoicing. Supporters even exploded a bottle of champagne in the open as they demanded interviews. Although Papoose is not present, you are aware of who is there. Fat Joe. That is, in fact, true. She told you what she told the whole world, man. Y'all done F asterisk 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 get up for real. Joey Crack was in the news, and his voice was heard ranting into a phone as he paced the parking lot. According to insiders, the trembling of Fat Joe is serious. Claressa also left the situation literally and energetically glistening. It was the figurative dawn of the most trying day of Remy's public life. The fact that Papoose had officially moved out of their New Jersey home and into a condo just 3 miles from Claressa's gym was also coming to light, as she had recently been denigrated by her husband and duped by someone she used to call a fight game sister. Yes, a fully furnished 3-bedroom apartment. The lease was signed by whom? Yes, Alfred Mackey. You are right. What is Papoose's real name? We found the fraudulent contract and under-authorized renters. One unborn child is due in January as expected, despite the enormous blank line. What happened when Remy Ma found the lease with Papoose's name on it will be discussed next. It is the same lease that is tied to a property near Claressa Shields' private gym. An anonymous source from Remy's legal team said that it seems that she called her attorneys before phoning her mother. On seeing the dependent line marked unborn child, she lost her temper, with phones being thrown, vases being destroyed, and security being called. There has been a total meltdown, and the timing couldn't be worse. Because in real time, while Remy was spiraling behind closed doors, the internet was blowing up. The TikTok video of Claressa's news conference has already received 1 million views. While fans were busy making jokes and videos, Remy Ma was busy figuring out her next move. #chaotic caption. Papoose chose fists over loyalty, and now she's carrying his legacy. And she didn't keep silent, sweetheart. Remy uploaded a weird Instagram story within 12 hours of the bombshell news announcement. A black background with a single line of white text. You really hope that baby is his. No explanation, no punctuation, and no tags. But the internet took notice. Fans were incensed. Comment sections exploded. It was necessary to disable answers. In the shade room, Clubhouse was resurrected to accommodate messy breakdown rooms, and Twitter Spaces was continuously available. But this is when the weirdness gets more intense. What did you see smiling on Liv the next morning? With a fresh haircut and a crisp sweatshirt, it was the same easygoing voice that Papoose employed on Love and Hip Hop when he was mediating Remy's outbursts. This time, though, he wasn't shielding her. He was advocating for Claressa. He stated, and we quote, "I have never lied to anyone, and if a child is born, I will do everything in my power to raise." Excuse us, he said. People can say whatever they want, but love doesn't ask permission. Did Papoose just subtly introduce a love child during his Instagram live defense of his side woman, who is now reportedly his main chick? Yes, he did. And if you thought Remy's collapse was over, you were wrong. Insiders claim that she blacked out the moment she saw that clip. No, not in an emotional, physiological, or symbolic sense. Those close to her family members claim that she had to be taken to the emergency room due to a severe stress-induced arrhythmia, whatever that signifies. While under sedation, Claressa was spotted shopping at a baby store in Soho, and she wasn't alone. The man next to her was grinning and holding out a small black hoodie that said, "Future champ was Papoose." Yes, that same man was already shopping for a baby and wearing matching clothes. The situation gets complicated at this point because it's thought that Claressa told the cashier her due date, which is January 6th. What does that mean to you? Quick calculations indicate that conception takes place sometime in April. What happened to Papoose in April? We should remind you. The bars have a different hit now. One line, "I've supported you during the storms and the cells, but even monarchs require tranquility after their castle is destroyed. I apologize." Who is the source of peace? The Papoose. And you're rebuilding a fortress in your drawers using gloves that belong to someone else. As a sign of their devotion to Remy Ma, they posted old wedding photos, talked about black love, and even performed a freestyle titled "Forever Yours" on YouTube. However, things get more complicated. The situation was further twisted when an audio leak surfaced on the blogs, allegedly revealing that Remy Ma had left a negative message for Claressa's management, yelling, "You think this is funny? Is she trying to discredit me? I'm going to damage her face. If she is pregnant, I don't give a damn. She may be God's favorite, but I don't care. It's time to leave, so tell her to stay out of the city." Yuck. That's not shade. That's dangerous. In addition, lawyers are now engaged. There are rumors that Claressa is based on real threats of physical harm. Camp has asked for a temporary restraining order against Remy. One insider claims that Claressa isn't playing around and that she hired private security for her home, gym, and doctor's office. Meanwhile, Papoose went silent again. The radio is quiet. No response. No denial. Not even a suspicious subtweet. It just vanished. You know who isn't keeping quiet though? Joe Budden. You're right. Joe, who called it the most Bronx betrayal since Jade, joined in on the chaos during a podcast recording. "Dodie, low left," he said, quote, "Remy, you're not made to see her crown be usurped. And Papoose is creating a new realm. Not just making a splash. That is an aside. That's a new dynasty. Did we just turn this into Game of Thrones? Uptown edition, sir?" And it's not just that. According to a group chat that was allegedly leaked online, it contained hazy screenshots of someone named Yam, who is probably Erica Mena, saying, "I told you that gym energy was more than just weights. It smelled the first time I entered. Pap wasn't even cunning," said another, "like cocoa butter and betrayal. The rear room was filled with passionate kissing. I dipped." Yes, sharing a kiss at the boxing gym while Remy Ma went home to prepare her birthday meal. Now what's the fallout? Reportedly, Remy Ma has cut off all filmmaking and music appearances with VH1, including filming. It has been stated that her publicist resigned after trying to convince her not to publish a diss track titled "Test Results." My little champ is already making headlines, Claressa said with ultrasound photographs, indicating that she is doing well. In addition to the layered shade, there are now allegations that Remy is setting up a private paternity test because she is purportedly collaborating with a premier forensic lab to verify chronology discrepancies. What time frame, girl? He was in her fitness center while you were at home. No amount of time can compensate for betrayal. You believed it to be over there? Not at all, as fans just uncovered 2021 video footage showing Claressa briefly hugging Papoose following a backstage altercation. Despite their presence, we failed to notice the signs. According to reports, Claressa's management has secured an exclusive deal with Gloves, a significant streaming site, which only makes the storm worse. The affair, the baby, and the treachery are the main topics of episode 1, and the real conflict starts. It's cruelly timed. Reportedly, Remy is considering bringing an emotional distress lawsuit against Papoose. Indeed, it seems that you can file a lengthy lawsuit against your spouse for infidelity, creates public slander and harm to one's career. Let's recap. Claressa Shields is pregnant, indifferent, and may be responsible for shooting a doctor. Papoose is missing, silent, and probably writing another poem to justify his acts. Remy Ma is crushed, embarrassed, and in hiding, and the baby is already popular. However, because this struggle appears to be far from over, the real question is what will happen when Remy stops crumbling and starts retaliating. In the event of a scandal, Remy Ma is not your average Instagram influencer who has gone through some personal turmoil. On reality TV, she endured label deals, feuds, treachery, and upheaval while serving a 6-year prison sentence. Remy is allegedly currently organizing an event that will make Claressa Shields' quick news conference appear easy. Several insiders from her closest circle, including a makeup artist who seems overly talkative, have said that Remy has been collaborating with a private investigator to learn more about Claressa Shields. Beyond voice notes and texts, we are discussing tax data, ex-boyfriends, and even the purported previous fling sign that Claressa of the NDA made. This is not retaliation. It is reconstruction. An exclusive tell-all that isn't a podcast or notes app statement is allegedly being planned by Ray. The event, titled Still Standing, will take place at a Harlem theater. Flyers have already been leaked, and there will be a strong security detail, phones kept in pouches, and no cameras permitted. Fans have already dubbed this situation the Bianca of Betrayal exposes, and Claressa is continuing to put pressure on Remy and her neck by posting a mirror selfie with her bare tummy exposed and the remark, "There's nothing more powerful than growing peace inside you." One commenter stated, "Remy could never recover from this spiritual uppercut. Nicki Minaj deserves it," according to a user who just shared a GIF of her. Sis actually claimed to be pregnant and unconcerned. But let us remember that this is not just petty drama but a lesson in media authority. Unbeaten boxing champion Claressa Shields is apparently launching a line of maternity gear called Champion Womb after transforming a scandal into a business. Guess who is purportedly funding it? Mayweather Floyd. That's Floyd, you know. He seems to see the vision. You ruin the market after ruining Claressa's marriage, Floyd reportedly told her team in leaked direct chats to an unidentified gossip account. The story writes itself. Either this is evil, or it's brilliant. According to an unnamed source who says they were involved with Claressa's Ogden clinic, the baby may not be Papoose's. Hold on. Claressa's prenatal intake form named Papoose as one of 2 male partners. Additionally, Remy Ma has vanished from the public spotlight. Employees at a spa facility upstate said she was undergoing deep trauma massage and emergency chakra cleansing when she was last seen. I'm not sure what might possibly be the most shocking event that has ever happened to me. The other is a Detroit-based boxing promoter who is married and has a name that rhymes with wreck. Let it marinate. Another idea that fans are musing on is that Claressa may have planned this. What if power was more important to the baby bombshell than family? Give it some thought. Don't tell anyone you're expecting. Dominate the news. Take over each blog cycle. Launch a brand for maternity. Get a documentary on Netflix. If endorsement deals are being negotiated, who verifies paternity? In a startling turn of events, Can you guess who has supposedly been communicating with Remy behind the scenes? Industry insiders claim that Nicki, who is regarded as the queen of timing, sent a long voicemail that started, "Look, I don't FK with you, but as a woman, asterisk classic Nicki. But some say it's not just about sisterhood." Yes, Nicki Minaj, the same woman who once referred to Remy as a husband with a ghostwriter. According to rumors, Nicki is preparing a surprise remix of the Remy song DNA. If this is true, we're going to witness a full-fledged industrial alliance based on heartache and little retribution. In reference to retaliation, guess who is going to? But let's zoom out and see what happens next. It's growing more and more nasty by the hour. The daughter of race purported former victim, Jasmine Dior, has already caused a stir in the courtroom after being cited at the same gym where Claressa works out. A coincidence or a new friend? Twitter is going berserk. Users believe that Jasmine is preparing Claressa for legal action, while others believe she is going to reveal the real story of Remy and Papoose's troubled marriage. Rumor has it that Claressa is already trademarking the name of her unborn child, BOMBSHELL Shields Mackie, and that she intends to introduce a line of boxing gloves for toddlers. Claressa also plays chess. Don't try to make this up. You understand? Though, that we just did. Fans are now polarized. The members of the Remy, Claressa, and Papoose teams are a shame. According to sources, she's not giving Papoose a free pass. She's demanding complete control over their publishing revenues, including the rights to some of his unreleased songs. An insider characterizes it as a financial assault masquerading as a divorce. We end this tale with a crucial query. Who is truly winning? Remy is going to be the face of Woman Scorned rebranded, even though she may have lost her man. Although, Claressa is now glowing. Papoose is either the mastermind behind the decade's messiest love triangle or the largest pawn in a game he believed he was playing if the results of that paternity test showed that he is the father. While music blogs are rushing, TMZ is making pitches outside of hospitals, and Papoose remains silent, not posting anything new, releasing a verse, expressing regret, or doing anything else. You already know who will be the first to announce the next chapter. So wait for it to happen. That infant is already more well-known than half of the current cast of Love and Hip Hop. Hold on a second. You mean to tell me that we just went from a love song to a paternity fight that involved condo leases, betrayal baby registries, and boxing gloves? Which side do you support, Remy, Claressa, or this baby needs a Netflix deal? More significantly, do you believe that child is Papoose? Did this whole thing happen as a chess move to get Remy's attention, her man, and now her plot? Let us know your most outrageous theories in the comments section. We'll be reading them all. Was this something Claressa had planned? Will Remy get the invoices and change the narrative? Where exactly is Papoose? Not to mention, press the like button with more force than Remy did when he struck the mirror in the changing room. Subscribe if you would like to receive the genuine tea before the bloggers do. Additionally, click the bell to make sure you don't miss the upcoming exciting update.